Today we're doing a late spring garden tour. We're gonna go over how everything has progressed, some of the fails, and then where we're heading in the next couple weeks going into summer. Okay, so first up we have these blueberry and raspberry bushes that we had planted, and sure enough, they are producing. I need to go ahead and harvest them. I've left many on accident after I had a scare of a lifetime with a snake being in there. Oh, Jesus Christ. I have been reluctant to come pluck them, but it seems okay at the moment. So yes, they're producing well. The garlic is just about ready to be pulled. Could do almost any day now. Most of the bottom has died back, so that is a good sign that it is time to pull them. I just haven't gotten around to it, but I will. I actually ended up pulling a bunch of garlic prematurely from another bed because it was taking up space and it just wasn't performing well. So sometimes you gotta know when to cut your losses, and that's what I did. So my garlic harvest this year will probably be much smaller than normal, but that's okay. Out this year, it was a no. All around no. Look how tiny they are. They got roots. That one's probably in there. I dig for that one. What's in here? They got mighty, mighty roots. This is what happens when you don't fertilize. When you set it and forget it. It's not the worst thing. It's probably how our vegetables were before we started adulterating them and fertilizing them to make them big. This is probably how they were supposed to be. But you know, now we're accustomed to maximum yield, so seems like a disappointment. Oh, this one's okay. Well, it came out okay-ish. Let me see. Focus. Good. That's a good bulb of garlic. Okay, I did that. Damn. So dry and compacted. There we go. I'm gonna hang these all out to dry with the onions. So I had planted about 8 of these string beans. Only 3 of them actually lived. So it's actually quite a bit just for having 3 plants. And they're still alive. They're still doing well. They're not showing any signs of being on their way out. I'll probably keep them for a few more weeks, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull them and replace them with some tomatoes. I have a surplus of tomato starts, or tomatoes that I started from seed, and they have failed in some areas, so I want to move them over here. I've never grown a tomato on this kind of trellis. I've only done Florida weaves and used tomato cages, so this is going to be an interesting new experience for me. I know it can be done. But yes, so they look great. I'll probably keep them for a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna pull them and put some tomatoes in. A pleasant and problematic surprise this year was that my echinacea came back. I had planted these from seed last year, and they died pretty quickly. They only put on a couple leaves on the bottom, and they died in the summer heat. And I did not expect that they were just gonna show back up, but they did. And in doing so, they crowded out my tomatoes. So I'm really happy they're here, but it caused a different issue with me elsewhere. That's why I said I will be putting tomatoes on other trellises, because this is their home now. They ain't going anywhere, so they're great. They're on both sides of this bed. Here is the lemon balm. It is smelling amazing. It's really taken off. I have a ton of it, so I will be harvesting it and turning it into dried for tea and tincture. And this year I'm doing a variety of cucumbers. Last year I really didn't. I did like 4 of the regular like long English cucumbers, but this year I'm doing the little like gherkin ones, and oh, my first cucumber right here actually, and then I'm doing some regulars and the market moors. And on this side of the trellis we have our melons growing. Okay, bird, thank you. On this side of the trellis we have our melons growing. Growing cantaloupe, honeydew, and watermelon. They kind of stalled for a long time, but now that it's warming up and we're getting 90 degrees plus, they've kind of taken off and have started climbing, and I imagine I'll have some melons within the next 30 to 45 days. The corn taking off. I've tried, this will be the 3rd year. First year I just didn't know what I was doing. Second year I had a hailstorm that took up my corn, and this is the 3rd year. They're looking good. Oh no, there's another one that's flowering. Okay, I might have a chance. These might actually work out. But yes, it looks like they're not all flowering at the same time, and they're wind pollinated, so that could be problematic, but I'm going to hope that it works out. And maybe if I even get 1 ear of corn, we're gonna call this a success story. 1 ear of corn, success. And then the mint, again, I have a ton of it. Gonna dry it, gonna tincture it. Beautiful thing is you cut it back and it just keeps coming back. So I never feel bad when I harvest it. But yeah, it smells amazing. This is spearmint. It's delicious. It's probably my favorite. And I did my potatoes as I always do in a bag, but this year I did them in a even larger bag than normal. And they are doing amazing. We've been getting quite a bit of rain and they are loving it. So in the pepper bed, they go ahead and had a slow start. They always do. And then as it warms up, they take off. And then when it gets to like 100, they kind of stop producing. It's weird. You really got to catch the right window, but they have been producing. This one I thought was really cool because it is actually a purple beauty pepper. And this plant looks promising. It's really healthy. It's doing great. And some others, like I said, kind of a little smaller. This one has been neglected. Let's go ahead and take care of you right now. This is a Greek pepperoncini, and I probably should have pulled these when they were still yellow. Oh, like this one right here. It's a good one. And then let's see. I have some others. Oh, that's marigold. Ooh. I think this is another. I'm not sure what kind of pepper this is. So there was some chaos. Oh, this is poblano. This is a poblano pepper. And the strawberry tower has started to produce. I'm getting small handfuls of strawberries every other day or so, every few days, but it's not the season yet. So the June bearing strawberries will flush out coming in June. I'll start getting a bunch, which is really exciting. I'll definitely be making some pepper jellies with these. And then they're shooting out plenty of runners to be, that one replanted itself, to be rerooted in soil. So if I want to replicate or duplicate some more strawberries, I can. I probably will wait a little while and see which ones aren't looking great, and I'll pin them into the soil and let them reroot some new plants. The other green stalk with its onions are doing really well. They're bulbing. If you can see, they are like, ready to be pulled whenever you're ready, I'm ready. So I could actually start pulling these any day and just use them. I should probably do that because I think I just bought onions the other day. Ooh, there's some mushrooms in there too. Yes, but they're doing great. I'll probably let them go. There's some carrots in here too, but I'll let them go a little longer. But they're dying back. Their neck, these are obviously hard neck, or I'm sorry, these aren't garlic. But as the neck bends back like that, it's letting you know they're about ready. These will die. The first several, 4 or so will die, and then it will break down like that. So these ones are about ready. And likewise, I put some peppers in here too. This one is Thai hot chili peppers. Yep, Thai hot peppers. And then this one is the Carolina Reaper. It was a request of Mr. Red Boots. Let me get the onions out of the way so we can actually see you in your glory. It's doing really well. Carolina Reaper right there. And like I said, once I harvest all of these onions out, which will probably be in about a month, 45 days or so. I'm gonna go crazy in this planter, but it will also be the dead of summer, so I'll have to be mindful of the heat, what I put in there. And these are the red onions. They are not ready, clearly. They're all still very green. You can kind of see in there, they're red. I do have hot jalapeno coming in. Oh, there's a jalapeno right there. Jalapenos. This plant looks great. These jalapenos seem to really, or these peppers in general, seem to really enjoy these green stalks. I did not expect that to work out so well. And then this plant, I don't know if it's like naturally just gets this tall, or if I don't know, it's just reaching for sun. I need to rotate it more often. But this is the Serrano. You can see like it just shot up. I need to stake it. And there's some Serranos coming in too. Should probably pluck them. I'm gonna get some stakes for this. Stake them up.
This is how I cure my onions. I made a makeshift system by zip tying some chicken wire to a garment rack. I then just thread them through and I set them in front of a fan for roughly a month to 6 weeks. Once the outer paper has hardened, they're ready for long-term storage.
This bed is just sad. It's a variety of different squash, and none of them are really doing anything. They look like they're nitrogen deficient. I probably should fertilize them more. I have a few other plant starts I'm going to plant out, but this tomato's doing well. This one's in a cage and it's forming well. The leaf, the green stalk leaf, it's done. It's done. Everything has either gone to seed or I've harvested most of it, with the exception of a few things. It's too hot now for lettuces and spinaches. They're all kind of worse for wear. But I was really surprised. You know, I have a couple things in here. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's better. Like the Melamar spinach. Beautiful flowers. Cut off. Beautiful flowers. If it would focus. It's not. Anyways, and then it has these berries, and this is where the seeds are, and then it creates a beautiful dye, which is why my hands are pink. You can use the berries as dye, or you can eat them. That's fine too. So what I kind of have upcoming is this bed right here is going to be used for sweet potatoes. I'm going to be transplanting my sweet potato slips out probably this weekend. So the sunflower's gonna have to go. I let them grow because I didn't want to cut them down, but it's time. So this will be a sweet potato bed. Like I said, we'll be trellising some tomatoes this year in here. Tomatoes will go back there as well. We're gonna have lots and lots of tomatoes. I'm also gonna plant okra again. I did it 2 years ago, and I loved it. But I had okra in my freezer forever, so it's time again. Time to replenish. I don't know where I'm gonna plant that. I might just work it in with the peppers to give them some shade because they get really tall. Yeah, I might do that. That's a good idea. I might work them in with the peppers to shade out some of the peppers because it gets too hot for them. I think I covered almost everything. Yeah, there's some flowers. There are marigolds and zinnias, but not a lot. My flowers didn't work out this year. We don't even gotta talk about that. It makes me sad.